feel like this. It does.
You know what?
It does.
All you had to do was communicate with me. You stopped a month and a half ago.
You're right.
What am I supposed to
you
think,
are so right.
And I went silent thinking, okay, good. He finally got in touch with Marty or something.
No.
And
I called you and told you Marty wouldn't return my call.
then I called Marty and I spoke to him and he said he would call you. And I just.
Then and go to the storage and get that paper. If that's the only way that we can do it. Or.
And we actually had plans to go. We were trying to make plans to go spring break out there.
Why can't he dig through his garage and get it for you? Why can't he?
Because he's not at his garage and he can't even afford to leave the mountains and go down there. It's his problem. His phone's cut off now. Supposedly, his daughter said his phone's cut off because he can't even afford his phone bill. And he, let alone gas to go anywhere. He's stuck up there, bumming off of her boyfriend's parents and their place and their good nature. And
you know what, Dave? Does that really matter to me?
It doesn't matter to you.
It doesn't matter.
You know what I mean?
You're right.
But that also, that paperwork.
He's right.
I just don't think that paperwork can slow down anything to do with transfer of title for you to sell this building either. I think all that requires is if I write, all I need is if I write a notarized declaration of release.
All that ain't gonna work, bud. All that ain't gonna work.
You for sure just need that copy that Marty has. Is that correct? There's no other way around it?
Either that or Linda needs.
They need to file it.
Okay.
That's what they got. That's it.
Okay.
That's it. That's all they got to do. It should have been done before they sold it to me. You know what I mean? Because what it looks like to the cops and everybody else is that you took the money and left. And that's what happened.
Yeah.
Well, right. We left you with the building, except all the stuff in storage. But,
okay. We had till when to get our stuff?
Well, the contract's funny.
Okay.
I gave you 4 months. The contract actually expired a long time ago, the way it was done.
Okay.
But I could care less. I gave you 4 months because I had a heart. But you just stopped talking to me. You passed it on to Marty, and he didn't return my calls.
I got a job, and
to be honest with you,
nonstop.
To be honest with you, digging through, I thought, well, he probably just don't care, and he probably don't care,
care.
Why? That's what I thought.
I mean, we started over up there. We couldn't afford to drive down here, so we picked up cheap furniture at garage sales for $10 a piece, and couldn't even afford to come down here and get anything. So we just made do up there, living off my sister.
I figured you were doing all right.
Is it okay if we grab the other things so we don't have to wait for the trailer for today? You have my paintings, and you have my word that you're going to get your papers, even if I have to drive the car myself to do it.
When you get my papers, you can have whatever else you need.
I mean, we've got a lot of expense just getting set up and getting here.
Should have called me. Should have called me, man. Should have called me.
Our issue has been, I've got stuff in storage in several places, and before coming here, we were trying to take care of other things because our other storages got ransacked and stolen. Everything out.
People were going through here. I thought you were coming.
I haven't been here.
I thought you were coming.
I haven't been here since the Tubbs left. Now, we told them they could take the couches because they needed furniture where they were moving. We said, just take our couches.
Well, people were jumping through the deal, I guess, and then, I don't know, and I really didn't care. I thought it was you. I thought you were sneaking in, getting in, but that doesn't matter. That don't matter.
And I didn't sneak in. I had the key.
Well, yeah, but I put a lock on it. You can call the cops.
Do you mind if I let the girls look for any of their toys they want to bring with them?
Why do you want to do that to them?
Because they've been begging to come here to look for their this, that, and the other. Just the stuffed animal things and stuff.
It'll be here. It'll be here. It'll be here when I get my paperwork. All your personal effects.
We've got plans to go.
It'll be here.
We were talking about trying to figure out Colorado if we can get the money together for spring break, which we would stop and go do that.
What kind of partner you got out there?
He's not a partner.
Well, he was.
He was.
No,
everything fell apart. He took us for every which way.
That was such a toxic plan, such a toxic idea to do this with people that are not Christians. Honestly, it was very hard on me. It was hard on my kids. It was hard on my marriage, and they're not honest. And it's not because, what is a good person? What is a bad person? It's because they circumstances that they haven't overcome. You know what I mean?
I asked you when you were here, I said, you tell me how long you need, Dave. I put it all in your hands, and I got screwed.
But we don't want you to get screwed. Honestly,
There's been situations already that, yeah, I've been screwed.
Well, we don't want to screw you.
You know what I'm saying?
She's saying you had it sold or something and we messed that up.
Okay.
Which really don't matter. It's all about, I said, you tell me. You know, I couldn't make it any clearer. You tell me what you want to do. And then he stopped talking to me. He stopped talking to me. Then he gave me a number to a guy that, you know, I said, okay, I see
the guy who took the money, the guy who got the money.
I don't know all that. You know, you guys both had the money when I was last time.
You picked up the money from the table. You were there, and I wasn't able to recover anything from him. I mean,
that don't make any sense.
It doesn't make any sense. We had a fight in the car. He said you can have the tin. The tin's all gone.
Yeah.
I got tiny bit of tin, and I ended up paying $300 to have people come down here and pull the tin, and then I lost the tin.
I worked my ass off to get that shit out of here and was done.
That stuff sold in San Francisco for $60 to $70 a square foot.
I've been trying to be on a progress, and I kid you not. I said, you know what? I'm here now. Now I got to deal with this shit. I waited as long as I could, and you never called.
All right, that was 30 grand worth of tin sitting there.
Well, it's a shame, you know.
That's okay. It's okay. It's what's done is done. What's done is done. Now we just have to fix it.
Hey, just so you know, I gotta eat some food. Okay?
Everything all right?
It's fine. That's very specific personal belongings. That's absolutely very weird. I don't want to have any conversations here, any more pictures.
I need that as a nail.
You got it. You got it.
How have you been doing? We finally are recovering from a rough road. But, take care. But after all the stuff we had taken in our other storage, I was just coming down here because I wanted to see if we were dealing with the same crap, to be honest. Get our stuff out and worrying things were gone. She's been begging me for 4 months. Get my paintings, get my paintings.
And I didn't know what shit you had. And I really, you know.
I mean, it was just furniture, old computers. Davey's been begging for his old computer that was broke to get his games off, all that kind of stuff. You know, little things that weren't of much value, but they were, you know, sentimental things. We had all our family pictures on those computers. We had, you know, that didn't work anymore. The hard drives were all shot, but I had to get the hard drives pulled off and transfer data and all that stuff. The furniture, I mean, that was our furniture from the old house. It doesn't fit in the new house. All we got to do is, I mean, I've been dreading this whole thing. I'm like, it wasn't worth the storage bill we're going to pay to store this stuff.
What I've been doing is wanting to donate all the clothes, and as I've been going through all this stuff, I thought they just left. There's some pictures here I'm going to put aside in case they ever come back, but all this stuff, I don't want it. We got horse stalls full of junk, and I thought they just left. You know, this furniture's all scuffed up. They, you know, he ain't calling me. I get it. I'm screwed.
Yeah, it wasn't that. I've been working night and day. I got a job, and I've been working nonstop, and trying to get ahead to where we could even do anything about it. And you know, scraped everything we could together to go deal with you hauling gas to get here and back. So.
Last time I spoke with you, a week later, Marty was going to go dig out when he got a ride and pull his stuff out of the storage.
We should have known. You're right. We should have known Marty wouldn't follow through. I will absolutely.
You know what I would have done if I took your money? I would have been there in Colorado digging through his shit.
And we should have gone through his stuff. We should have been honorable that way, and we should have, you know.
And we had, I mean, none of us had any idea this was going to come up. You know, 3 weeks after it happened,
because
you didn't know, we didn't know, Marty didn't know, and Marty went on with his life to move and get situated. It wasn't like he was trying to scam you.
Well, see, what I thought is I thought I was dealing with stand-up people.
Well, and I didn't think we'd have any problem with Linda just signing off another paperwork to you.
Well, you know, that's not my deal. I thought you guys
she was sweet
took
the whole
care
way
of your
through.
business.
She was sweet the whole way through to deal with anything we needed. But I think there came a point, you know, she got, you know, for $2,000 she got tired of, you know, dealing with it or something. I don't know. She's very meticulous about her dealings with things, having run a business for many years, and she was meticulous about that. And I don't know. You know,
I sold a property to Chris Moff, or I bought a bunch of stuff off him a couple of years ago, and I sold it to the city here, and him and the mayor kind of worked a little deal to where they got no power, they got no gas, they got no nothing. For him to put a B on the contract, he wanted to charge me more money. And I looked at him and I said, you know, Chris, my mom picked you up from the streets and brought you here. You're going to try to extort me for more money, so you'll do this? I said, I'm getting money for my brother, for her. This is what I've been dealing with. I said, you know what, dude? I said, all right. I said, I'll pay your fee. I said, because you know what? You're going to be in worse shape. And if you're that bad off, you can use the help. If you can come to me a year and a half later, when I turned your water on in the summer and paid what you wanted for those lots, and tell me you want me to pay you more money for a B on the contract because the mayor's a prick. I said, you got it. And I had to go cash a check because it was in my name, and they didn't think I was going to come back. I said, I gave you my word I would. You know, I'll come back and give you your money because that's what we're agreeing on. But that's the kind of shit I've been dealing with. You know, and I dug on you guys. You know, I thought you guys were just stand-up people, you know, and all it takes is communication. And let you call the shots. How long do you can have the medal, you can leave it, you know, whatever you want, Dave. And then you give me a number to a guy in Colorado that won't return my calls. And right there, I thought, oh, he's passing the buck. And it wasn't until I started going through stuff, I thought, well, there's not really a whole lot of value here. They got their money and they split. He sure didn't care about the medal. I mean, that was a big thing. I ain't seen you in who knows how long.
No, I've had it on Craigslist ever since.
Well, I
just haven't sold it.
I don't know that.
I picked up some. I've got some in Sepulpa to sell, but you know that I did care about the medal.
Well,
it's off season. It sells when it's spring, summer. You know.
I don't know all that. I just never heard from you.
The stuff doesn't even matter to me. What matters to me, honestly, is the
right doings.
The right doings.
The karma,
honestly,
whatever.
I don't even care about the trailer. I don't even care that I don't care about that stuff. Material things, I don't care because that life is not even about material things.
It ain't about material things.
It's about relationships. And I am so grieved right now that we've broken our relationship and it's down to this.
I could not
threaten each other.
I could not believe that you showed up today. Because I sat here with the cops last night and this morning, and we talked and we talked and we talked, and I said, you know, help me move this stuff. I said,
you know what? I woke up this morning with a strong impression, like you would not believe. At 7 a.m., I told him, David, I want my things out of dispute today. We're going to take care of that today.
Well, the funny thing is today was the day me and Steve hauled the last load of dusty trash out yesterday. And I said, well, all right, this is it. You know, now it's time. You know, I got to get rid of this shit. You know, I'm going to save the pictures, what looks like, you know, and all the rest.
Thank you for saving those pictures.
Well, I meant your pictures, your family pictures.
Okay. Well,
you know what I mean?
For that too.
And I thought, now I got to deal with more crap. You know, I'm real simple. I really am.
I know.
And I really.
Okay, we'll get to your paper.
You blew my mind when you showed up today.
We'll get to your paper.
That's how.
And it wasn't by coincidence that we showed up today because it must have been right as I woke up. I had that strong impression that we had to deal with this. And you know what? I was telling David, go ahead and call him and let him know that we're coming to get our things. You know, and I don't know what the status of your relationship was.
It would have saved the cost. You know what I mean? And even a call, even if we were, you know what, Steve, this guy's a prick. You and I would have went there with a couple buddies.
I was
You know
ready,
what I'm saying?
I was ready to take.
We would have done that.
Let's go ahead and plan that, because that's what it's going to take.
Well, it rung back in my mind when and the reason I didn't call you was there was a day where that last conversation we had, you said, you know, well, take care of it, or I have another way I'm gonna have to take care of it.
And I do.
And at that time, I thought, you know what, let's get our things out of there so they're safe before Steve gets upset about something. And that's what I was gonna do, was come take everything out, whatever it took.
And that was a long time ago. That was a long time ago we had that conversation.
And that's why I didn't call you, because I was stressed.
And I still waited. And I kid you not, I sat there last night and today saying, you know what? I'm here now. I said, now I got to deal with somebody else's stuff. And the funny thing is, man, is I go to the bank and Mom says, I want to give them that money. You have to give Chris and Michelle. And she was in Stroud. And as we're driving, she goes, are you going to give them that money? I said, you know what, Mom? I go, yeah. I go, I feel bad for them. I go, I feel bad that they're that low, that they're just going to straight out make it worse on their life by doing. The whole town witnessed it. The cops were like, Steve, we thought you were going to just get them, you know, and we weren't going to cause you any problems because we could not believe that they did that. And my heart went out to them, you know, and my heart sat here and waited for you guys up till yesterday. And then I just closed it off, you know. I figured you just didn't care, you know. I mismatched stuff, not really a whole lot of value. I figured, well, you know, you got what you wanted, and, you know, I guess you really didn't want all this.
What was here was everything. When we split,
I took back a skeleton.
When we split, this was
Closet,
everything she took to her
basically,
apartment,
just-
and this was everything she considered valuable. And
It all looked good, and when you peel out, the only thing that looked good to me was the table.
the table and dining set.
Yeah, and then when you pull it out, it's all scuffed up, and you know, I thought, well, he you know, he didn't care. You know, I see what happened.
Lots
That's
of
what I
use,
thought.
lots of hot tables, hot plates on the table, and.
So, will you be able to hang on to the things much longer, or?
If we go to Colorado spring break, we're looking at when
how
is
do you
spring
wanna
break?
do this?
When is spring break?
March 18th through the 22nd.
So we'll just plan our trip there and plan to dig through his storage and find it.
Can you hold on to it, or would you rather us take the big items and that way it's cleared out for you? You don't have to deal with it. I mean, we have the trailer right here, and you do have my painting, and you have my word that if I have to go to Colorado myself and do it, I will do it. Those paintings are from my dead mother, so you know that you'll get your paper.
Yeah, you'll get your stuff. You get your stuff. You know, I'll be honest with you. I was handing out clothes to people. You know, I'm head of Little League and softball, and we had a meeting last night. And I said,
And that's fine if they need it.
Well, see, it's all good. There's a paraplegic man. I said, well, this is kind of a no-brainer. There's
That's
a paraplegic man. I don't know if this thing works here, but I'll bet this bed would be good for him. It was going to go to him. You know, it was going to be all good. You know what I mean? That was my
Like
plan.
that bed,
That's
I can't. I had surgery and stuff for swallowing, and I've been sleeping on a flat bed, and I have heartburn every night, and I'm gonna get throat cancer if I don't get a sloped bed. So that was another biggie, was the bed.
Well, I'm just telling you that
That's why I had
there's
that bed.
things that, you know, I'm sorry, but there's things that have just been handed out, you know, and for no
Okay.
money.
And that's fine.
And for no money.
And you know, I thought many
You did
times.
good.
I thought many times if I had the, you know, just to take the time and call Michelle and say, hey, and you know, stick some of our stuff in your garage estate sale and help something go, you know, or
Oh,
something.
yeah. Well, they're not going to come anywhere near anything that I have. You know, they're pretty
guys
well
have
alienated
bad terms
by
and all
everybody.
that mess.
Oh yeah, they everybody witnessed that whole deal right in there. I said, that much Christianity is keeping you okay, Chris. I said, because you guys are just screwing us right here, and everybody's watching. Everybody saw it. They're not very well liked, and you guys have you know, they see it for kind of what it is, because people are excited. They want something to happen, you know, and what it
needs to
looks
happen
like
here too, and this
what
is
it-
just dragging the.
and what it looks like is that you got the money and left.
No,
That's it. You know what I mean? And that's what happened.
And it didn't. I mean, that money, Marty.
They're telling me about IRS issues that you have, and a lot of stuff. And I'm just telling you.
I had a $750,000 business collapse.
I know.
So
I know.
And I've got a lot of debt there.
I know.
And
I've never had that, and I still got IRS issues from school loans.
And IRS doesn't. It's not illegal to owe the IRS. It's illegal to tell them to lie. It's not illegal to owe money, and
you're very good at complicating it and dodging it. That's your intelligence. That's your intelligence, and that's a blessing. But you know what? I like to keep it just simple.
Yeah, I had a $70,000 IRS debt that I bankrupted, and ended up owing them like $9,000, and that's been sitting on the books for like 8 years or 7 years, something like that. And that's what's sitting there. And I've had to pay interest every time I file taxes. Money comes out to go to that. Every time that I have a refund, they suck it out to that. And that's I just figure through the years it'll get taken care of through all these refunds.
With your brother.
And it's gone down and gone down and gone down through the years.
Do what you got to do, and I'm doing what I got to do. I don't know what process is going to happen first or what.
Are you going to keep the furniture? Is that what you're saying? Or are you going to let us have it when we do the paper?
Well, I'll be honest with you. I'm going to sit back because anything that's been told me coming from this way just hasn't happened. So I guess we'll just see. You know what I mean? I guess we'll see,
Can I go through a box that may have my passport in there?
Well, I'll tell you, I don't know if boxes are the way you thought they were, because we've been going through them, putting kids' clothes here, your paperwork here. Why don't you work on that paperwork, and I'm just going to close up the doors and kind of, I guess, put everything back in a pile. You know what I mean? And try communicating with me, because I'll tell you what, I ain't gonna wait a whole lot longer. You know what I'm saying? Just communicate with me, man. And if there ain't nothing of your personal nature, you have a lot of personal stuff in there. Checks, diplomas,
my college diploma,
banking information, personal information, letters, important stuff that's in there, and your pictures, and you'll get that stuff anyways. But just communicate with me. Communicate with me if you would.
Okay.
Let me know.
Marty's phone is turned off. I'm able to reach his daughter. She hasn't answered.
Do you know where he lives?
Yeah.
Colorado Springs.
I know. I couldn't even get there if I had to drive there, but I can get the address. I've been there once, a long time ago, and but it's up a dirt road that I'd have to get the address and try to GPS it.
Can you find him? Could you go there and find him?
No.
I could find him if Drew would answer the phone.
You know what town he's in?
I know about where it's at.
I thought you said he was looking for Earth Homes, or had an Earth.
Well, I know
home.
where he's staying at Drew's parents. I can get a hold of Drew's parents. He's staying at Drew's parents' cabin in Colorado. And Drew's parents are in Salina, Kansas, and they're usually reachable. And they would tell me where it is. And I've been there once, and I'd remember it when I got out there, but there's one dirt road that goes like 10 miles up the mountain that I'd have to have somebody probably guide me in. But it's a little shack. It's a nice house. It's a nice house up on the mountain by itself with a view of everything. And but he's there with his wife, and they're just dead busted broke. They posted on.
You know what? I feel for him, but I really don't care, to be honest with you, because they were quick to take the money. But he ain't too concerned about my circumstances.
They were anxious for a way out of here. They would have been stuck here without the money.
Take the money and go. Sounds like they screwed you too. So I got no remorse or feelings toward him. Because he knows the situation, and like I said, I'd go out in the snow, in the rain, if I took your money and put you in a bind, or
Let's just say it was such a fight in the car. I threatened to tell his wife about his affair that I knew about, and I was so pissed that he did that. And he probably about killed me in the car, and I let it go with that, and that's where it ended up. So. He was ready to, and he wanted me to take him back, and I wouldn't take him back. I was driving, and I took him for a long drive over there.
Everyone's been through something.
Hey, what matters is that
it's hard to come to, understanding.
What matters is that I see you all four healthy and together. That's matters.
What's important. I mean, we moved on. We did. I mean, we mentally. I mean, we're like, okay, we're someplace new. All the stuff. We have stuff in storage everywhere. I got 26 pianos in storage.
Hey,
it's all baggage.
Ain't that a waste? That a waste of a dictating waste of your life? I have been moving.
That's why I put it out of mind.
Years.
I put it out of mind.
That's my brother's.
I put it out of mind all this time because this is the first time I've been free of dealing with the baggage of the stuff for a long time. The hardest thing about this, it's like, we could never find a place cheap enough to store everything I've got like this was. I mean, this was supposed to be that. And then we drained dry sitting out here financially to where we couldn't even afford to deal with anything. And he was battling me over, he wants to sell it. I wanted to keep the building, keep everything in it. I have so much stuff in Sapulpa.
What's your mother's paintings? The rolled up canvas ones?
Yes.
And the ones in the frame. 2 black ones and 1 orange one in the frame.
Now you're not bullshitting me, right? No. They're not like worth 150 grand or something like that.
They're from Nicaragua.
It's just Nicaraguan student.
I know exactly.
She went down there, picked them out, brought
I've got them put up in a safe environment. Okay.
That's awesome. That's good to hear.
Okay.
That's great.
And like I said, there hasn't been anyone that has messed, unless like I said, I don't know what you had, so I don't. But a lot of personal stuff is in there.
That's fine.
That's what I'm saying.
And bank account doesn't even apply anymore.
A lot of
pictures. That kind of stuff anymore.
I'm just saying that stuff is yours and it's personal. And there's a lot of people out there that do criminal activity like that, but that ain't happening. That stuff's there, and your pictures are there, and I can respect that.
Thank you.
Well, I'm sorry it's been so much trouble. And we'll go, if we can't get in touch with them to get something to happen, we'll be there at spring break. We'll get out of here and go there when the kids are out of school.
And you think he's going to cooperate with you?
Yeah.
Why do you think that?
No.
He's not going to get a choice.
Well,
every time you try standing up to Marty, he's won.
Well, I'll tell you what, when you figure out how you're going to get there or go, or if you want to take a road trip, I'll go with you. But I don't want to put you in a situation that you're not going to be comfortable with. So, we'll get the paper.
Yeah, we just need to find out where he's got it stored. He told me the person's name many times, but about where it's his daughter will tell me.
And let's just hope he still has his stuff.
He's got at a person's house.
He's got it at a person's house.
I thought it was a storage that he had to go.
No, it's a garage. It's a person's garage that he has to go to dig through it. And he said it's in a place that's hard to get to the way he loaded the garage. So I just have to unload the garage.
Let's go ahead and go.
I mean, the snow should be melting or melted someday.
Yeah.
Let's go to the other store and get stuff out there.
Okay. I'll have the forms for her. I told her probably by tomorrow. I'll call and see if the forms that I have are adequate. They're from last year. I don't think there's any dates on them, and if they are, I'll have one to you tonight. Okay? It's not a big deal. She can just give me the information and over the phone and
We have to fix this.
Okay? Alright.
We have to be the bigger people and just fix it. We're the ones.
All right, we're gonna go just drop off the U-Haul and back to Blossom. Get things worked out. Go dig. We can't get them to dig and find them. Go dig. Make them open up all the boxes and whatever it is.
Can I bum a cigarette?
I don't even know if I have.
You don't have any?
Well, I do, but I don't. I've been working on these ball fields, working on this place, and I don't have any.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
All right, well, hang in there, and I'll be in touch. I'll call you.
All right.
Know what's going on. Sorry.
How long did it take you to get to Colorado?
Springs or wherever. 14 hours.
14 hours? See what you can do. See what you can do, Dave.
I'll talk to Skylar, and if nothing else, she's working down there.
And if this guy's burnt like that, use a little cunning to get your information. Because if we got to go down there, we'll get our stuff. But, you know, if you know, just use some cunning if this guy ain't doing you right, you know.
Yeah.
That's the only way to get it resolved is to get that paper.
Well, you can always forge his name and get it notarized, and he could sign it and then turn it in. I'm not going to complain.
I could send something in mail to him and have him sign it and send it back. Get notarized, or he could just, have him notarize something.
You have to send him the exact thing that you...
We have to have Linda sign it.
Yeah, and good luck with that. You know, good luck. I mean...
If... I'll talk to Linda tomorrow.
She don't, you know, she don't...
See, what was really difficult, when we were in the middle of that whole thing, I was waiting. I was supposed to pay Linda the balance, and Marty went straight to her house and had paperwork and all that, so that he was on paperwork instead of... And that was where things got ugly. The initial was he went right to her.
You got to pretend that you ain't dealing with Marty, and you got the paper. That's how you got to look at it.
Yeah,
because Marty ain't going to cooperate.
I've got a notary I could get signed.
I would put that Marty, the exact document, put it underneath some light, and write Marty's name, and get it notarized, write your name, make sure the dates are what they were, and run it down there and file it. And it's all going to be good.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's.
We're gonna take care of it this week.
Yeah, I can get it.
You know what I'm saying? I'd do that.
I'd
I'd
do
do
that.
that.
And I'll just get something.
We're gonna
notarized.
have to take care of it tomorrow because
Do you happen to have that paper that has the date on it? What date it was?
Not on me.
But do you have it somewhere close there?
I can call you.
If you can call me, just let me know what the date was.
Sure.
And
I'll give you whatever information you need.
and the way it reads. I
Sure.
I think I typed that out.
Yeah, I
But,
sure will.
That'd be great.
I sure will.
And we'll just type it up and get everything in order. Because it'd be easier to get it all re-signed, I think, than to find it.
You know, and you could have made a lot of money on that metal, and I'm sorry that there was no communication because I hauled it to the scrapyard.
Well,
I don't know.
and to be honest,
I didn't care.
it's come to the point where yes, it was worth a lot of money, but my time is more valuable doing what I'm doing in roofing.
That's
Yeah.
why I don't.
The reason I liked it though was I was getting calls on the 10 that led to roofing jobs. But I have enough to deal with that. So don't worry about it.
But hey, them pictures.
The paintings were the only reason.
To be a big thing to you.
That's the only thing that I want.
Well, they're all good.
Okay.
They're all good. You got my word on that.
The pictures, and then I had one box in here with kids' pictures and like my stuff from college.
Yeah, I saw it, and it's all there.
And then the one that I marked, no things of value in here. It was just like all junk.
Personal things like that are
and,
there. They're there.
And the furniture, well, you know, if anything.
We had a bedroom set that matched that dining set. And
It's
that's
okay. I've already grieved all my material things several times. I have grieved them. I grieved all that. But what grieves me the most is a broken relationship. Honestly, that's what grieves me the most.
You know what? You know how you end this is wipe that whole thing clean, and you get your stuff that matters.
That's what matters.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to
Stuff
tote more
doesn't
stuff?
matter.
Get your things that you could, you know, and just, you know, that's my thinking. But it's a bad deal because it sounded like it was all a bad deal.
It was a bad deal for us too.
I know it was.
For us too, and we gave so much.
A $70,000 lawsuit looming that we could sue Discovery, but it hurts her too much for me to deal with it, so I don't deal with it.
For sure.
And
Yeah.
I'd rather just let it all.
Yeah,
You know
I
what?
feel
And let's
you.
just move on.
I feel you, sister.
And-
That's how I am. When it ain't right and it ain't working, you know, that's what I mean by.
we have to deal with those people to deal with that.
Well, that, I'm
That
just saying,
creates more.
you got skills. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes you gotta just say, you know what? All right, you know, it's got to be simple. If it ain't smooth and simple, then something ain't right. You know, that intellect and that intelligence complicates things sometimes. You know what I mean? But it's all good. Your family's together. I tell you, your personal belongings are cool. You know, so, you know, maybe we can just finish the transaction that we should have done a long time ago.
You're absolutely right.
You know what I mean?
You're absolutely right.
And nothing would have been like this.
We're gonna have to figure out a way to fix it.
I told you how you can do it. You know what I mean?
We'll get it taken care
We'll
of.
have to
Real
fix
simple.
it. Okay.
Because he ain't gonna know. He don't want to
Okay.
have nothing to do with
Yeah,
nothing.
he's gone on with life.
Oh
and
yeah,
doesn't
he
wanna
could
deal
care
with it.
less about
Well-
you, obviously.
Yeah.
You know. And to be honest, what would work well, what would kind of be cool is if it was sent from Colorado Springs. You know, I got a form that was mailed to me because they said they would. You know, I don't know how your notary would work that being wherever, but you know, you're smart enough to figure it out.
I'll get it figured out.
You know what? Don't spend a fortune because we go to Colorado Springs, we will get him, and the situation ain't gonna be good.
Yeah.
Because I'm not coming home without results.
All right.
We'll write it. We'll make it right.
All right.
We'll make it right.
Take care, Steve. Yeah. Can you hold that up? Hold that up. All right. All right, Steve. Catch you later.